Let's see some questions based upon the pile foundation theory. The first one here is, for the 3 by 3 pile group shown in the figure, the settlement of the pile group in a normally consolidated clay stratum having properties as shown in the figure will be. So we have to find out the settlement of the pile group, let's say S, and this pile group is there in a clay stratum and properties of this soil is given here. So as I discussed earlier some cases, so here in this part there is simply one clay, so that is case 1 what I discussed among the three cases. So case 1 was when the pile is, or the pile group is embedded in a uniform clay deposit. So in this case we assume a raft. So this criteria, this case 1 will give us the depth of the raft. So in this case the depth of the raft is given as 2 into this. If the depth of the pile is L, so this is equal to 2 into L by 3, that is 2 into 5 by 3 here, which is equal to 3.33 meter. So from surface the depth of the raft would be 3.33 meter, and from this depth this area would increase, or the area of influence we can say, at certain slope. So and we take the slope as 1 horizontal to 2 vertical. Now we calculate the settlement. So if this, now this is our new base of the raft. At this location we have assumed raft. Now we calculate the settlement at a depth of h by 2. If this total depth from here is h between the hard stratum and the raft, so we calculate our settlement at a depth of h by 2. So now this value of h would be, this is 2 meter and this would be 1.67 meter. So h is equal to 3.67 meters. So at this level we have to find out the stress and the increase in stress because of this applied load, and then we have to find out the settlement using this formula, that is Cc h naught upon 1 plus E naught log sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught. So we have to find out the stress, current stress and the increase in stress at this level. So from the top, this point is at a depth of 3.33 plus h by 2. So what is the value of h by 2? H is equal to 3.67 meter. So h by 2 is equal to 1.835 meters. So from the surface we find sigma naught at a depth of 3.33 plus 1.835 meters. So sigma naught is equal to unit weight times depth, that is gamma into, let's say the depth is equal to y, and this y is equal to this value. So the y is equal to 3.33 plus 1.835, which is equal to 5.165 meters. So sigma naught from here would be, gamma is given as 20 into this depth is 5.165 meters, so it is equal to 103.3 kilonewton per meter square. And now we have to find out the increase in stress. So increase in stress we find out, so increase in stress is because of this load P which is being applied on here. So let's say this is equal to P, which is 500 kilonewton, and divided by the area at the level where we want to calculate this increase in stress. So this is the level at which we are interested to find out the increase in stress. So first we have to find out the area at this level. So first of all we know the area at this level, that is equal to, so if this width is b, and because this is kept in a square shape, so the perpendicular width here is also b, so the area is b square. And let's see what is the area at this level now. So this width b here, if I say, so b is equal to this 0.5 is the spacing between these two piles center to center, so that is equal to 2 into 0.5 plus, so this part will also be added, this small spacing, that is equal to d by 2 from both the sides. So d by 2 plus d by 2 is d, that is 0.2 meter. So b is equal to 1.2 meter, and in the perpendicular direction, so if I show here, the increased area would be, so initial area is b into b, that is 1.2 meter into 1.2 meter, and the increased area, so here this, we know this spread is h by 2 here, and this slope is 1 horizontal to 2 vertical. So up to this is b, and this is equal to h by 4, and similarly this part is also equal to h by 4. So b plus h by 4 plus h by 4, b plus h by 4 plus h by 4 is equal to b plus h by 2, and similarly in this direction also it would be b plus h by 2. So b is 1.2 plus h by 2 is equal to 1.835, and similarly here 1.2 plus 1.835. So this value of area here, area is equal to 1.2 plus 1.835 whole square, which is equal to 9.21 meter square. So we have find out the initial stress and the increase in stress, and then we can find out our settlement. So this increase in stress is equal to P is equal to 500 kilonewton divided by area, that is 9.21 meter square. So from here it is equal to 54.29 kilonewton per meter square. Now just we have to apply the formula, that is Cc H naught upon 1 plus E naught divided into log sigma naught plus delta sigma divided by sigma naught. So these values are 0.027 into this h naught would be this depth, this h is h naught, that is equal to 3.67 meters divided by 1 plus 1.05 log sigma naught is 103.3 plus increase in stress is 54.29 divided by 103.3. So this S from here it comes out to be 8.87 mm. So from here this D option would be correct, that is none of these. Let's see the next question. A group of 16 piles of 10 meter length and 0.5 meter dia is installed in a 10 meter thick stiff clay layer underlain by rock. So this is our pile group. So depth here is 10 meter, and in this zone it is rock, and apart from that dia of a single pile is 0.5 meter. Pile soil adhesion factor is 0.4, so alpha is equal to 0.4. Average shear strength on side is 100 kPa, so Cu is equal to 100 kilonewton per meter square. Undrained shear strength of soil at the base is also 100 kPa. So Cub, that is undrained shear strength at base, is equal to 100 kilonewton per meter square. Now the first question asked is the base resistance of a single pile. So it is simply a case of clay, so we know that base resistance QUB is given as Cu NC AB. Everything is directly given. Cu is 100, NC we take as 9 in case of piles in clay, and area of base, so 0.5 meter is the dia of the pile, so area of base is equal to pi by 4 into 0.5 square, that is pi by 4 into 0.5 square. It comes out to be 176.71 kilonewton. So that is the answer, just the direct question. After that, next one is assuming 100% efficiency, the group side resistance is. So let's calculate first the side resistance for a single pile, and because 100% efficiency is there, so N into QF, that is, let's say QFG is the skin friction for the pile group and QF is the skin friction for single pile. So number of piles times the pile friction, that is skin friction, will give us the group side resistance. So skin friction for a single pile is given as alpha Cu As. So again everything is given. Alpha is 0.4, Cu is 100, and surface area is equal to pi into d into L, that is equal to pi into d is 0.5 into L is 10. So that is 5 into pi, and this value comes out to be 628.32 kilonewton. Now for the 16 piles, so for 100% efficiency, the group side resistance is equal to number of piles times the skin friction for a single pile, that is 16 into 632.32, that is equal to 10053.12 kilonewton. So this is the answer. This is also a direct question. So after that, next one here is the soil profile below. For the soil profile below, the minimum number of precast concrete piles of 300 mm dia. So dia of pile is 300 mm, required to safely carry the load for a given factor of safety of 2.5. So we have to, this pile group has to carry a load of 5000 kilonewton. Factor of safety is given as 2.5. 100% efficiency, eta is equal to 100%, and we have to find out the number of piles, minimum number of precast concrete piles. So we have to find n. So we know that if eta is equal to 100%, so Q of group, that is ultimate capacity of the group, is equal to n times Q of a single pile. So Q of group is given as 5000 kilonewton, and we have to find out the number of piles. So if we can calculate the ultimate pile load capacity for a single pile, then we can find out n from this equation. So ultimate pile load capacity for a single pile in clay, it is given as Cu NC AB plus alpha Cu As. So all the things are given here. So CUB we will take in this term. So that is 150 kPa. 150 into NC we take as 9. Area of base, so for this dia 300 mm. For a single pile, area of base is equal to pi by 4 into 0.3 square plus alpha is 0.57. It is given here. Alpha Cu here is 100, and area of surface, so that is 10 into pi into dia of the pile, that is 0.3 meter. So from here this value comes out to be 632.64 kilonewton. Now there is one factor of safety also. So this value we will divide by the factor of safety, and that will be the allowable load on a single pile. So 632.64 divided by 2.5 is our actual allowable load. So then we can use this equation. So Qg is given as 5000 kilonewton, that is here 5000 is equal to n into Qu, so that is equal to 632.64 divided by 2.5. From here n comes out to be 19.76. So we'll go on the higher side and we'll provide the 20 piles. So this is the answer here. After that, the next one is, what is the ultimate capacity in kilonewton of a pile group shown in the figure, assuming the group to fail as a single block. So here they have already said that the group is failing as a single block, so we have to use the group failure criteria. And again, from the data we can see it is a clay soil, pile dia is given, and this spacing and all is given. So we know that QUG, earlier also in the last question we used this formula, it is equal to CUB NC AB plus alpha, sorry, this alpha is not used in the group, plus CUAS. So we can simply put the values here. So CUB, only one value of C is given, so 40, NC we take as 9, area of the base So for the group we have to find out. So this center to center spacing is 1.2 and this part. So this is d by 2 and this is d by 2. So this total length would be 1.2 plus d. So 1.2 plus d is equal to 0.4, that is 1.6 meter. And similarly on this side also it is 1.6 meter. So area of base would be 1.6 square, that is the square area, and cu again it is 40 here, and the surface area would be 4 into 1.6 for the square shape. And so from here this value comes out to be 3481.6 kilonewton. So that is also, I think, direct and easy question. Everything is given. And after that, let's see the next one. A precast concrete pile is driven with a 50 kilonewton hammer falling through a height of 1 meter with an efficiency of 0.6. The set value observed is as 4 mm per blow, and the combined temporary compression of the pile cushion and the ground is 6 mm. As per modified Hyley's formula, the ultimate resistance of the pile is. So in this case, it is directly given, we have to use the modified Hyley's formula. So from this formula, ultimate resistance is given as WH eta divided by S plus C by 2. But if you remember the units, so in this equation W was taken in tons in the actual formula, H was in centimeter, S was also in centimeter, and C is also given in centimeters. But here these values are given differently. This is given in kilonewton and these values are given in mm. So first we'll calculate it in tons. So 1 ton is equal to 10 kilonewton, and so from here 1 kilonewton is equal to 1 by 10 tons. So 50 kilonewton is equal to 5 tons. That is our load. So 5 into h is 1 meter, that is equal to 100 centimeter. Efficiency is given as 0.6 divided by s is equal to, that is 4 mm per blow, so we'll write it in centimeter, that is 0.5, and value of c is given as 6 mm, that is 0.6 upon 2. So from here r in tons it comes out to be 500 into 0.6 divided by 0.7. So that is 500 into 6 by 7. So it is 428.57 tons. And if we want to write it in kilonewton, so we will multiply it by the 10. So that is equal to 4285.7 kilonewton. That is the answer. Let's see one more question, that is the ultimate load capacity of a 10 meter long concrete pile of square cross section driven into a homogeneous clay having undrained cohesion value of 40 kPa is 700 kilonewton. If the cross section of the pile is reduced to this, the length of pile is increased to this, you have to find out the ultimate pile load capacity. So for the first case, the length is given as 10 meter and section is given as, pile section is square, that is 500 by 500 mm square, and undrained cohesion for this soil is given as 40 kilonewton per meter square. So from here, and the ultimate pile load capacity is also given, that is 700 kilonewton. But from the formula it is given as, again same formula, Cu NC AB plus alpha Cu AS. So here this ultimate pile load capacity is given as 700 kilonewton, Cu is 40, NC we use as 9, area of base would be 0.5 square, alpha we don't know, Cu again is 40 into surface area would be 4 into 0.5, that is the perimeter of this group, into the depth, that is 10 meter. So from here we find out the value of alpha. So value of alpha comes out to be 0.7625. Now knowing the value of alpha, after knowing the value of alpha, we can calculate for the second condition also, because only the alpha was missing. For the second condition, QU is equal to, again same formula, CU NCAB plus alpha CU AS, but in this case depth of the pile is 20 meter and the area of this pile is 250 by 250 mm square. So just simply put the value. CU is equal to 40, NC is 9, area of the base is 0.25 square plus alpha we just found out, that is 0.7625, into CU again 40, and surface area is 20 into 4 into 0.25. So from here this value comes out to be 632.5 kilonewton. So this is the answer. So this data for the first pile, that is, this was given just to find out the value of alpha. So we found out alpha from the given data and then we plugged it into this another data which was given and we calculated the value of pile load capacity.